Falkirk exploded into absolute mayhem today. What kicked off as a fiery protest outside a migrant hotel spiraled into brutal clashes between furious locals, riot-ready police, and heated counter-demonstrators. The rage boiled over when word spread that one of the asylum seekers inside had been locked up for viciously assaulting a 15-year-old girl. Tensions skyrocketed, streets turned into battlegrounds, and Scotland's now gripped by scenes ripping through national headlines. Buckle up as we dive deep into this explosive showdown. But hey, before we charge ahead, smash that like button and subscribe for more raw, unfiltered updates. This is happening right outside the Clad Inn Hotel in Falkirk. This spot's been a hotspot for the last few years, housing anywhere from 50 to 80 asylum seekers scattered around the area. And man, this protest movement has ignited like wildfire over the past 18 months, all sparked by one horrifying incident. An asylum seeker from this very hotel raped a 15-year-old girl in broad daylight. He got slapped with a 9-year prison sentence back in June, but you can bet that's fueled massive outrage in the community. Folks here are screaming that they're done, absolutely fed up, with this asylum hotel setup. Let me paint the picture for you real quick on what's unfolding live. Across the street, you've got the Stand Up to Racism crew and Unison folks holding their counter-protest. They showed up a full hour early, stacking their numbers like pros to dominate the scene before the main wave hits. And on this side of the road? That's where the core protesters are gathering, spreading out along the curb, but trust me, over the next 50 minutes, their ranks are gonna swell big time. I'm thinking we should jump in and chat with some of these fired up people. Let's track down Connor, he's around here somewhere, probably deep in conversation. Oh, wait, he's off chatting right now. No worries, look at this group here, Save Our Future, Our Kids' Future. That's one of the powerhouse Facebook groups that's blown up to rally behind this cause in Falkirk. They're all in, fighting tooth and nail. One last spin around the area, couple hundred strong on the other side already, chanting and holding signs. But the anti-hotel protesters? They're just starting to pour in, and it's about to get intense. Tony, you mentioned this counter-protest rolled in an hour ahead. They've got serious muscle across the road. How long has this boiling debate over asylum housing in Falkirk been simmering under the surface? Well, let's zoom out and talk Scotland-wide because this ain't isolated. Over the last couple of years, it's ramped up hardcore, pushing right to the forefront of everyone's minds. Keep in mind, Scotland's got a unique political vibe. The SNP's been calling the shots for about 19 years, leaning hard left and pumping that pro-refugee, pro-asylum narrative. But boom, now we're seeing spikes in sexual abuse cases, crime rates climbing in spots, and loca. Shifting gears to another bombshell story, J.K. Rowling just unleashed a savage, no-holds-barred takedown on former Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon's brand-new autobiography. We're talking profanity-laced fury in a massive critique she dropped on her website last night. This literary smackdown hit the same day as the book's big launch at the Edinburgh International Book Festival, where Sturgeon was chatting it up with broadcaster Kirsty Wark. Rowling didn't hold back, calling Sturgeon a F***ing wit in expletive-packed rants. She blasts her for causing real, lasting damage through her stances on transgender issues. Rowling accuses Sturgeon of creating a toxic atmosphere where women got silenced, shamed, and straight-up persecuted for pushing back. She says they were thrown into degrading, unsafe spots all because of Sturgeon's so-called luxury beliefs. Rowling doesn't stop there. She draws wild parallels, labeling Sturgeon, flat-out Trumpian, for shamelessly denying cold, hard facts on trans policies. The Harry Potter queen claims Sturgeon still backs letting transgender women into female-only spaces based purely on self-declaration, ignoring what Rowling calls crystal-clear proof of predatory guys gaming the system. She spotlights a Supreme Court ruling that shot down the Scottish government's equality law twist, which Rowling argues gutted women's single-sex protections and erased their legal status as a protected group. According to Rowling, Sturgeon shows zero remorse post-ruling and keeps gaslighting on the risks of self-ID, even with piles of documented abuse cases staring her in the face. Then there's the Isla Bryson bombshell, that convicted double rapist case that Rowling says exposed Sturgeon's whole flawed logic on gender identity. Rowling recounts how, when grilled on TV about whether Bryson was a man or woman, the usually sharp-tongued ex-leader froze up, stumbling like a complete idiot. In a quirky twist, Rowling compares Sturgeon to Bella Swan from Stephenie Meyer's Twilight Saga. Both start as shy, awkward, bookish girls who morph into obsessives fixated on one goal. For Sturgeon, it's Scottish independence. For Bella, it's steamy romps with Edward Cullen without biting the dust. Spoiler, only one nails it, Rowling quips. But Rowling's roast goes way beyond gender wars. She calls out huge holes in Sturgeon's memoir, like Scotland topping Europe's drug death charts, a gut punch for Rowling, whose Dr. Hubby once ran a methadone clinic. She flags missing scandals, vanished government WhatsApps from the pandemic, tanking education standards, the Calmac ferry fiasco, and £500,000 vanishing from indie ref funds. Rowling shreds Sturgeon's rosy take on the 2014 independence push as neither unpleasant nor divisive, calling it total BS. This epic burn drops just days after Sturgeon dished on their feud during a BBC breakfast spot. When host Sarah Campbell brought up Rowling's mention in the book, sporting a tea slammin'.